Hello my friend, how are you? This is Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator. It's another motel room video because I just got here. It's 9:40 p.m. I got here about like an hour and a half ago or something. But I just got here, took my clothes off, took a shower, went over to the Walmart and got some groceries. I got a really cool salad. I'm gonna have like a fresh herbal salad. I've got this spring mix, organic, then some parsley, non-organic, organic basil, organic tomatoes. Then I'm gonna squeeze some lime juice over the top, put a little extra virgin olive oil, a snap of sea salt, and a couple of jalapenos diced on the top. I think I got everything in there. Anyway, that's my 60-second to raw video. I've got dude, I mean, I'm stoked. That's all I can say. I am stoked about life. I'm stoked about these YouTube videos. I'm stoked about this ride across America. I'm going so strong. Every day my body heals more and more. I'm using my mind to create my life. I am having incredible what the world would call challenges on every kind of level you can imagine, because I've got I've got business and I've got kids and I've got finances and bills just like everyone else, and lots of challenges, but I'm handling them all. I'm staying strong. I'm keeping faithful. Miracles are happening left and right. The more faithful that I remain, the more the miracles just show up that much more faster. I say, I'm not going to trip out. I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. I'm just going to press on. I'm living my dream. I've wanted to ride from LA to New York for many, many years, and I'm doing it now, and I'm going way ahead of schedule. I thought I had to average like 33 miles a day when I started. I did like 80 miles today. It took me all day. It probably took me, I probably was on the bike for a total of 8 or 9 hours. But I stopped at a health food store, got some chia seeds, which are, I keep hearing over and over again, and I know it's true, the chia seeds are really good, but I didn't locate any till now. I got some chia seeds, so I'm going to have some incredible endurance and power food, if you didn't know that. I'm still totally a raw food, fruit and vegetable dude. I've been looking at everything in sight, rice, potatoes, I mean, looking at everything. My body is, in a way, it's becoming very efficient. It's kind of really hungry because I do so many miles every day, and it's so hot, and you're just pumping it out, but still, the raw food makes me feel better. I feel like I just want to be accountable, and each time that I think about adding a little something, some beans to a salad or something, I just think, I just don't want to do that. I just want to, I've come this far, and even if I had some beans or some baked potato or something like that, which I don't really think is that big a deal, I just don't do it, because I've made it this far, and I figure, what the heck, let's just go all the way on total raw fruits and vegetables, aside from the grape juice and the corn, and I'm still going to keep the grape juice as a backup, because it's really simple, convenient, and it's relatively pure. It's missing some enzymes, so you kind of lose that, but all said and done, the grape juice has kind of saved my lily white butt a few times, so I'm most thankful to the Most High for that, and I ain't really tripping anyways. It does seem to have this blood purifying effect, even though the enzymes aren't in it, because it is pasteurized. It's just fresh pressed grapes, and the corn was just a couple weeks ago, so I've been straight legit, because I was thinking about that corn, and I was like, I don't need to do that, you know what I mean? I just don't need to do anything like that. I can just, if there's not food there, I'll just skip it. I can ride 30-40 miles. I rode 60 miles one day without any food, just to see if I could do it. And so you can go on and go without, and then when you get to the next town where there's some organic, fresh cherries, dude, or like watermelons, then you can just, then you just load up. You know what I mean? You just carbo load, and it just sits there, and it all burns up, and then all the nutrients just get squeezed out of you, and then you have these nice healthy turds. You know what I mean? And you're just like, yes, dude, I'm a champion with turds like that. I have just a few minutes every day to catch up with you, and I've got tons of footage out on the road. I got a couple of nature videos. I think I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. I say that every day for the last 2 weeks, but I just get I get a good fat meal at night, and I get a good night's rest, and I wake up in the morning and I'm like an excited teenager or something who's gonna, like this teenage boy who's about to go spend the day with like 15 teenage girls or something, and it's just, you're just like so alive that you're just like, let's just do it. But the lady at the front desk, again, when you got the love in your heart and you got the light vibrations and the good intentions for people, the lady at the front desk said, oh, if you want to stay tomorrow night, which I told her was a possibility, I hooked you up with the $44 deal. I'm like, straight up legit. So she's trying to save me like 20, 30 bucks. Why? Because I was kind to her. I was like, oh, you're really professional. That's what I told her. I said, you're really professional. She gave me the last room in the place. It's a handicapped place, but the tub is really cool. Everything is wide. The doors are wider. The spaces are wider. So I was like straight up legit, you know what I mean? It's got a special shower thing I could play with, you know. So she hooked me up with the last room, because at first she wasn't going to give it to me, but I was like, you know, and I just was like, oh, well, you know, I mean, work it out with me, you know. And she's just like, you can have rapport with people. You can wear the crown of glory by just having a good heart and by believing that you're going to get preferential treatment, and you will. I mean, there's something about just being kind, being loving, cultivating that love. It didn't happen to me overnight. I had to choose unconditional love and then keep working at it as a, you know, as a, it was a project. It was a constant awareness, a surrendering. It was like, you choose love, and then everything, once you choose unconditional love, everything that's not unconditional love came up to be processed. That took me a good solid couple of years, I remember, where I'm not saying I perfected the love at all. I'm just saying that when I first chose unconditional love, there was a lot of things I had to see that was not unconditional love that was within me, you know. I got so many things to share and not enough time to share it. The stories, the adventures, armadillos, snapping turtles, naked days out on a little lake, you know what I mean? Flat tires and cops. One cop on the freeway pulls me over. What you doing on the highway, boy? Anyways, we left best friends there again too, and he was all inspired. And then I met another police officer over at Walmart. He was just shopping through, and he saw me picking through the cherries, and he thought I was eating the cherries. He's like, what you doing? Do you work here? And I was like, well, no, a lot of these cherries are rotten, so I'm just picking out the good ones. Because there was the cherries were really good, but there was some rotten ones. We ended up talking for about a half an hour about he's got diabetes, and I was getting him fired up. Boy, I was like, oh man, you got to get on the fruits and veg. You got to get yourself a juicer. Get on the green juice. Say no to the sugar. Regenerate your pancreas. You know, the raw foods is the way to go. And everywhere I go, man, I feel like I'm really able to be a positive influence in people's lives. You know, I was sitting around just trying to have lunch today, and people just kind of crowd around, pull up a chair, and just talk to me about what I'm doing. We talk about food, we talk about health, we talk about love. I mean, I'm just not afraid to talk about love, dude. I was talking to an officer, and he's like, oh, I'm from California, man. I've seen it all. You ain't gonna trip me out. I was in Haight-Ashbury, and you know, we followed the Grateful Dead. I was like, now you're a cop? Man, I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. But you know, there's a lot of things I want to start sharing about the power of love. I want to start, as soon as I get a chance, I just ride all day, and then I get back here and I got to do this, I got to eat, and I got to try and be in bed by 10. And maybe check a comment or two from the regenerateyourlife.org website. Anyways, guys, like, there it was, my 10 minutes, and I'm just warmed up, and now I'd like to tell you about all the amazing things that are happening on this bike ride, to my body, to my health, to my mind, to the revelation after revelation after revelation, after miraculous kind of like insights into the nature of my own self, the unconscious mind, and finding balance between the spirit and the ego, and just allowing each to sort of the spirit sort of overtakes the ego if you can just work with the ego a little bit. Instead of like punishing the ego, you just sort of like treat it like a pet that isn't, you know, acting properly. You need to train the ego. And as you slowly train the ego, you create more space for the spirit to be there. And then life gets more peaceful, miraculous. You can work things out with people. You can work things out with your enemies. And they think that they win. And you're the one that just dissolve it. You dissolve it with the light of peace. You dissolve it with the light of contentment. You dissolve it with the light of love. I don't know, man. I'm like becoming my own prophet. Like, I am tripping myself out with the thoughts that are flowing through my head, the surges of love that are in my heart, the excitement that I get when I get to talk to people about their health, and just about good things, and anything they want to talk about, really. It's not like I dominate the conversation. They just sort of start pulling stuff out of me because there's this energy vibration that's coming out of my heart. And then I'm using my mind to create my experience. Use your mind to create your experience. It's the most powerful tool you've got. Use your mind to create the body that you want. Use your mind to create the finances that you want. Use your mind to create the peace that you want. Okay, I've got so much material to share on these videos. I just wanted to let you all know that I'm safe. I'm well. And I'm having the time of my life. I think about each and every one of you all day long and what I can do to be of service, and then I get a little chance to do that here in 12 minutes, and I'm going to upload this video, eat a little snack. It's real late. I got to get some sleep, and I will get a chance to put up a couple of vids tomorrow. We'll do a mini marathon or something. Okay, thank you so much, Dan McDonald. I love it when you subscribe. I love to get thumbs up on these videos, and I read all the comments. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Be love. Dan McDonald out.